So this is my skin before I do today's treatment to repair and reverse any sun damage from my 1 week in wonderful Miami. Do a quick video with no light or filter or anything just so you can see my skin after a week of sun damage and being in Miami without my skincare products. Definitely my skin is dry, it's just aging, like it just doesn't look like I normally look when I'm using skincare. And I didn't bring my skincare, like I forgot my bag. I mean, I don't know how I forgot my bag of skincare, but I forgot it. And a lot of people, you know, during the summer, they live their life to the fullest. You can see it's just not glowing. You can see the kind of wrinkles and dehydration, the redness, the little spots are really popping up. And this is with sunscreen, you know, and you're still getting some of that UV light penetrating the skin. So you can see there, you can see there, you can see the kind of spots and the lines a little bit. So I can tell my skin just needs something. So I'm gonna show you how I repair and reverse sun damage when I've either been on vacation or not used skincare for a week like a dummy, and how you can do this at home too. I'm going to improvise. So if you don't have what I'm using, that I can teach you how to use what you do have or what you do have at your disposal. So here we go. Well, hello beautiful, thank you for being here. It's Coco. Hi Coco. Say hi. And Cody. We have missed her so much. We were in Miami for a whole week and it was our first time being away from her so long, and we had a friend watching her, but oh my God, it's amazing how much you can just love an animal and how much joy they bring to your life. It's so cool. I always think, how different would my life be if I always treated every single human being in every interaction with every single human being like I would this dog? I mean, Jesus, I mean, I would be a saint. Okay, so today I'm trying to have the light down dim enough so that you can really see my skin. And I know some of you might think, oh my God, please get a life, your skin is fine or whatever. I don't know, you have your own opinions of stuff, but I did not bring my skincare to Miami with me. I brought a couple things, but I forgot my main bag of my vitamin C, my glycolic acid, my retinol, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, and a mask. And so I ended up not using any of my products for a whole week. And I will tell you, it kind of stressed me out because I had to go buy some stuff, and you know, the stuff was okay, but I'm just used to using my stuff, and I've been really religious with my stuff for the last probably 3 to 4 months. And it really showed up on my skin, and it looks, even with sunscreen, people don't realize you can get sun damage and you can get discoloration, and you know, just things come back and little spots and things, you know, dehydration and a lot of stuff. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to reverse and repair sun damage done by the summer, which can happen to the best of us, even when you are being relentless and religious. The sun is always penetrating our skin, even with sunscreen on and with even our best efforts. And, you know, we sweat, we rub our face, and, you know, we lay out, we go on vacation and stuff. So we always are, you know, trying to live our life to the fullest. Around fall is when I start to see all my clients that come back going, oh my God, my skin, Cody, I'm so sorry, you know. And the truth is, that's what skincare is for. That's what seeing a professional is for, is to be able to fix the damage really and to reverse it. That's the great time that we live in, is that we are able to actually do that. I do believe the best time to fix damage is as it's occurring instead of waiting. So that's why I usually use a lot of different things when I'm on vacation, so that my skin doesn't get crazy looking, and so that I don't have to come back home and like try to fix it and repair it. So I try to teach that to my clients as well. But if that does happen, you can fix it. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna be using my products because that's what I'm doing, but I'm gonna be talking to you and sharing information so that you can use whatever products that you have, or you can get something from the drugstore. I'm going to be telling you the ingredients that you kind of need, how to apply those ingredients to reverse and repair sun damage that's been done during the summer, and using whatever products that you already currently have, and how to maybe use them a little bit differently so that you can get similar results to what I'm gonna be getting have already. So let's get started. So the first product I'm using is my Holy Grail cleanser with 10% alpha hydroxy acid. The thing about alpha hydroxy acid is it actually acts like an antioxidant. That's why I usually bring this with me on vacation or when I'm going to be in the sun, because a lower percentage, 10% or lower, even about 12% or lower, will help to strengthen the skin and repair the skin and exfoliate the skin and get off all the sunscreen and stuff. So taking a little alpha hydroxy cleanser or serum with you on your trip when you go on vacation and stuff, I think is really critical, because it will repair damage as soon as it's occurring, brighten the skin, exfoliate it, help with oil congestion, especially if you're wearing a lot of makeup or you're just sweating and you're kind of in a humid area. So today I'm going to be using, because I'm doing like a facial, so I used 4 pumps, and I'm just going to really rub this in. I don't have anything on my skin right now, so I'm going to spend some time and some love working on the areas that I really want to work on, which is like the forehead. Even if you have a sunburn, you can use a little alpha hydroxy acid, and that will help to heal the skin and strengthen the skin. And so if you have something from the drugstore now that has alpha hydroxy, or an ordinary product or whatever, what you want to do is, if you've gotten some sun damage, you want to use twice as much. So in this case, I'm going to use 2 more pumps of my cleanser. I'm really using my fingertips, so you want to use your fingertips to really rub in your exfoliant. I do not recommend doing this with a scrub unless it's very gentle. And you want to get underneath the eyes. I get really close like this. I also get my eyebrows and my eyelids a little bit. And I really just spend the time with some pressure, massaging it in. So even if you had a drugstore cleanser, that's all you had, use twice as much and spend twice as long cleaning your face and really massaging it in. I know some of you are using like 10% lactic from the ordinary, so that's fine. Just use twice as much, really get it into the skin and give yourself like a little bit of a facial. And so I'm gonna use a little bit more on my forehead. And then right here, I got some sun. For some reason, I always put a little extra here because I'm still trying to combat that post-inflammation hyperpigmentation from doing a lot of treatments and then using crappy skincare for reviews a few months ago. My skin kind of took a turn for the worst. You always want to get your neck, spend time, some people think I'm aggressive with the massaging, but you want to stimulate your skin, you want to wake it up, okay? That's what you do when you see a professional. They usually are really trying to get the product in there. With this product, even though it dissolves, it's still working, so the acid is still on the skin, penetrating the skin. Now I'm going to cleanse that off. All right, so oh my God, it already feels like better. If I just only did that, it's fine. There should feel like a little bit of almost moisture tackiness to the skin after you've done that cleanse with whatever you have, drugstore, whatever it is. It should really kind of feel like that top layer has been taken off and any gunk in the skin is already kind of being lifted out of the skin. I think a lot of people could get better results with whatever they have at home if they just used it differently and they used a little bit more and they really spent time working it into the skin. So if you have only a $5 acne cleanser, spend time working that into the skin and in the breakout area instead of like just rushing and doing it real quick. All right, so the next product I'm going to use is my 10% lactic acid. So whatever exfoliant that you have now, what you're going to do is you're going to use about 10 drops. If it's a liquid form from the drugstore, you're going to put it all over to your skin and then keep massaging it in. In this case, it's a liquid, so I'm going to rub it onto my skin and kind of like a toner. I want that first pass to kind of just soak into the skin. This has a lower pH, so it works pretty quickly and it's pretty concentrated. So, and wherever you really want the acid to work better, you're going to really kind of press it into the skin. I get it all over here. And then wherever there's damage, so if you're using something at home and you're trying to like repair melasma or an acne breakout area or some post-inflammation hyperpigmentation or pigmentation in general, you want to really spend time like rubbing it into the skin so that you're kind of, and get the hairline, so you're really getting it into the skin, pushed into the skin. You want that acid to really penetrate evenly into the skin so that it's just not kind of haphazard. It's really critical that you cleanse and exfoliate your skin before you put any acid on from any brand. It doesn't really matter. The skin should be thoroughly cleansed with no oil on it. In this case, because I just need a little extra help today, I'm putting about another 10 drops, so that's about 20 drops. And you can see how liquidy it is. And I'm really trying to
get my skin to accept this acid. Typically with 10%, even 10, like 15 below any type of acid, and when it's in a liquid form, you can kind of keep applying it to your skin and keep rubbing it into the skin. So if you have melasma here, you just kind of keep rubbing it. You could even do circular motions, buff it. You could go down, sideways. We call that like cross hatching, or we call that like hashtagging the skin down like this, and then cross, and then press, press, press. You really want that acid to get into the skin. Okay, so I'm really rubbing it in. I'm gonna leave this on for 10 minutes and let it fully absorb into my skin. I also put a little bit on my eyelids because I always wanna make sure I'm treating the eyelids and the upper lip. That's really important. And then the neck area. You never wanna forget your neck because that's important. Your ears, behind your ears, and then even your back of your neck. So important. I'm gonna get my chest. Later I'm gonna be doing, if you guys want, I'm gonna show you how to do body parts. So your hands and your arms, because I got some sun girl in that Miami. Our trip was amazing though. Nate and I, went there I took him there for his birthday, and it was so great to take my baby and just love on him and kind of treat him like a queen. And we went to the Versace mansion, which was so great. If you've never been, I highly recommend it, just for the experience and just for the opportunity to like be in this man's creative home. Created a lot of his designs and lived his life. I love learning about history and culture and people and what inspires them, and just being in his home made me feel more inspired. In this case, I'm gonna add a little bit more. So if you have like, let's say a gel form of an acid that you're trying to really get into your skin to do like a little facial to reverse and repair the damage, then you're going to really apply twice as much, and you're really gonna massage it into the skin, massage it in, massage it into the skin. So you're really getting an even application of that acid that's consistently being soaked in. So I'm gonna rub just a little bit more. I get really close underneath my eyes like this. Under eyes are never treated. I know people are scared and contacts and all this stuff, but I always treat under the eyes. It's skin and it can regenerate and it needs help and it needs love, and the eyelids too. Of course, always be careful, but the eyelids are important to treat because they never get love because everybody's freaked out because the skin is so thin in that area. But the truth is your skin is skin and it can regenerate, and what's worse for the skin is not giving it anything. So once in a while, you can just treat it and put your retinol on there and your glycolic and your vitamin C. It needs the whole face is skin, so just treat the whole face. We went out and we went shopping, and I bought some skincare, which I'm gonna be doing a review on. I bought some Tom Ford that I talked about in my Instagram story. And I was like, oh my God, it was $400 for like 3 products, which I'm like, oh my God, but of course you can't be in Tom Ford going, how much is that? Because they're gonna think you're broke. I didn't go in there to be bougie. I went in there because I like his stuff, and I couldn't find any glasses, and I love his glasses. And I also want to just make sure that people that are out there that are kind of caught in that moment, like I get caught in, where they might think, oh, well, I need this because Tom Ford's amazing, or I need this expensive brand or this luxury brand that, it's really going to work. And so far, to be honest, I haven't really noticed much result, or I'm not really that pleased even with the makeup product, the Illuminator that I got, and the face primer that kind of gives you a little bit of a glow. So anyway, it's been on for a few minutes. Already you can see, watch this, when you kind of add, the thing about lactic that's amazing is it's not only an exfoliant, but it's also a humectant, so it binds a little bit of moisture to the skin. And the more you kind of keep pressing in there, the more it's gonna draw into the skin, and it's going to really help to lock in that moisture. It's a little bit more friendly for most skin types. So I'm gonna actually leave this on for 10 minutes. It's tingling, it's probably like 4 or 5. Should your product tingle? It just depends on the pH and the formulation, not always. A product that you might enjoy and I've used before, and I'm gonna be doing a full review, is the baby facial from the Drunk Elephant Company. That's a really nice product. It helps to kind of repair damage and sun damage and brightens the skin and exfoliates. It's really quite a nice product. So if you were using that and you were like trying to repair a lot of damage and give yourself that next level facial, then you would exfoliate your skin first, even though this is a little off label, they don't tell you to do that. And then you really rub that in and you really spend time massaging that product into the skin. If you guys want me to show you how to do that, let me know. I do like some of their products. The owner seems really amazing too. So I'm gonna let this soak in and I'll be right back. All right, so it has soaked in for about 10 minutes, and the tingling has pretty much subsided. You can always rinse off whatever it is that you're using, and then you would follow up with the next part, which is always something that you want to use, something that will strengthen the skin and heal the skin, and that's always usually vitamin C or green tea, or something that is a cell communicator, even retinol you could use, or another glycolic acid. So you're trying to exfoliate that top layer of damage as much as you can, open up the skin, and then allow the penetration of whatever nutrient you're trying to put on your skin. So in this case, I'm using my Beauty Elixir because it's a 20% ascorbic acid with ferulic acid, vitamin E, vitamin B, and hyaluronic. So it's kind of like the perfect cocktail for the skin in general. This is what I usually use on vacation or when I'm gonna be out in the sun, but I didn't have her, so I'm gonna use her now to really kind of feed and flood my skin with a lot of nutrients. So whatever you have at home is fine, whatever, even if it's a drugstore product, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna use it a little differently, so you're really gonna push it into the skin. So in this case, I'm going to use probably a half a dropper that's filled up, and I'm gonna put it in my hand like that. That's a lot. A lot of people, I think, could get better results with skincare too if they used more. And I'm not chimpy on my products because, one, I just know that when I use more, my skin often looks better. So I put a little bit all over my skin like this, get it on my skin, and then I spend some time really massaging it in. I did buy some Mad Hippie vitamin C on my trip from Whole Foods, which I'll be reviewing for you. And I thought it would help me to kind of get this look and protection while I was out in Miami, but it didn't because it's a different form of vitamin C. There's so many. You have to be so careful with vitamin C these days because with marketing, they just make you believe like every product that has vitamin C in it's gonna actually do something. It's just not true. First kind of coat I put down onto my skin, I massage that in, I let that kind of soak in. Now, if the formulation is more of a water-based, and some are, then it'll soak into your skin right away, especially if you've done all this other stuff. And already you can see my skin is massively more hydrated and just more glowing, but I'm actually gonna put more. And if you were coming in to see me for a facial, this is what I would be doing. We just use a lot more of the product. And of course I just spilled some, which sucks. So now I'm putting, it's probably 20 drops, and I'm just really gonna soak it into my skin. And see how liquidy it is, like that? And now I'm gonna spend time massaging it into the skin like this. People say I'm rough, but you gotta stimulate that skin, you gotta wake it up. So you massage it like this. Your neck, I'm gonna get behind your neck, the back of your neck, behind your ears, and then massage it into the skin. Go in the opposite direction, so you strengthen that skin, because usually we lay, right? We lay this way, so it's already got memory there, so we go in the opposite direction, okay? And Nate and I, we were so impressed with the people there. They're just so kind in Miami and so sweet, just very they just aim to please when you're in Miami. I know any kind of vacation town is like that, but we just really felt a genuineness from the people there, and oh my god, they're so beautiful. So many of them are just like drop dead gorgeous. Don't waste anything. Put it on your hands, put it on your forearms, whatever you have left, your chest area, all the way down. And then what I do with all vitamin C, I don't care the formulation, it doesn't matter whether it's $5 or $100, $1 million, I let it soak in for about 5 to 10 minutes so that it really has a chance to really soak into the skin. The thing about vitamin C that's really important to know is that it helps to protect the skin, so that the cell of the skin, so it's kind of like the membrane, it kind of coats that membrane so that it's less likely to want to produce melanin, strengthen that cell to kind of, it puts a shield over that cell so that the UV light, when it hits it, is gonna kind of shield that off a little bit. It just kind of makes it beefed up and stronger. So now that that has soaked in, you can see my skin is definitely that shiny, sheeny look, and that's what I really, really want, is that kind of sheen look to my skin, so that I know that it's fully hydrated, it's been fully treated, it's been fully strengthened. You probably try to do this 3 times a week if you're really trying to get your skin back on track from the summer to repair and reverse. You have to give your skin enough time to really be able to be kind of transformed when you're doing stuff like this. And the easiest way to do that is with alpha hydroxy acids, in my experience, and vitamin C and retinol. That's just how I do it. That's how I recommend it to all my clients. It's a lot easier than you think, and there's a lot of this gimmicky kind of skincare out there, and the mask and all of these things, and they don't do much to make your skin stronger and healthier below the surface. And a lot of us, the issue is, if we're not getting results, it's because the skincare isn't getting into the deeper layers of the skin. And that's where you're going to really see the transformation, is getting it deep into the skin layers, not the epidermis where it's already dead. You have to get that skin off and then get the ingredients in. So now that that is soaked into my skin, say about 10 minutes, I'm now going to use my 10% glycolic cream. This is going to be put on over the vitamin C, and now it's going to also exfoliate but strengthen the skin and just really repair any top layer damage, exfoliate that sun damage off so it brightens any discoloration, and helps to make the skin just appear more younger looking and more vibrant. I always get the ears, all of the ears. So if you were using, you know, like let's say another product from the drugstore or something, it was glycolic or it was an exfoliant, right? Vitamin C is an exfoliant, and now this is another exfoliant. That seems like a lot, but you're trying to train your skin and you want it to transform, and how you do that is you gotta kind of step it up a little bit with whatever it is that you have already at home. So I use 2 pumps, but I'm gonna use another full pump. There's probably a pump and a half just because it didn't come out right. And I'm going to treat my eye area. And as you can see already, it's starting to look a little better, the eye area. And you treat all the way underneath, and then you kind of tap like this. So whatever you got, just really use twice as much, really work it into the skin. That cream, whether it's a retinol or a glycolic cream or a azelaic acid cream or a brightening cream, whatever it is, put enough all over, and then treat the areas you really want to work on. I really want to work on my forehead too, so I'm going to use another pump. I'm going to put this all over my forehead, but a little thicker. I'm going to leave it a little thicker on the real damaged areas like that, so that it really soaks in. It's burning because this cream is strong, the pH is low, and I've already just done a lot to my skin, so it's a little like, hello, hallelujah, praise God. And don't forget about the lip, and also just right around the lip, you wanna always make sure that you're treating the lip area so you don't get those lip wrinkles, your ear, behind your ears, and all the way into your hairline. If you were doing a hydroquinone product like for melasma or something, you would do the same thing. Rub it all in after you've done all of this, and then put more on the melasma or the pigmentation or whatever it is that you're really trying to feed. I also have this other area where I'm always trying to work on. It was a scar, and then it got post-inflammation from training my new assistant this year. I did, you know, so many facials when I was training her in peels. So I'm putting a little bit more here because this area is just a little bit more discolored looking after my trip. So anyway, guys, I hope this video helped. I'm just trying to teach you new ways and techniques to kind of help you get your skin back on track. Especially, I'm so booked, so a lot of clients that I have now who are not able to get in to see me, I try to just teach them how to like do what they can at home. Or, you know, I think it's also important for me to always be teaching that, just so that people are really well informed that you could do quite a bit at home, and then you see the professional for, you know, hardcore issues and stubborn skin issues, or things that you just can't or shouldn't be doing at home. Things like this you can do at home and get beautiful and flawless skin. So you have to leave this on your skin for about 4 to 6 hours. I'm going to keep you updated. I'll do a little bit of a morning like post so you can see my skin when it wakes up. Tonight before bed, what I'm going to probably do is just rinse my skin, and then I'm going to do the beauty elixir, and then the glycolic cream again, just to give my skin that extra little push that she might need. If you guys have any questions about today's video, I hope this helped you in some way. Feel free to ask them below. I'll leave all of the information of today's video below. So you could just leave it on and go to bed if you want, or you would rinse your face. You could even do a little bit of a moisture mask, especially if you don't want too much dryness or flaking. Anyway, guys, I can't believe that the summer is over, and I'm really gonna do some more videos teaching you how to make your skin go to that next level for the fall so that you can look fabulous for the holidays. And as always, thank you for all of your love, your positivity, and your kindness on my channel and my comment section. I love all of you, and I will see you really soon in a new video. Bye-bye.